I'm going to show you my 3 favorite mobility exercises that I think everybody should do before going climbing. These exercises are great no matter what level of climbing you're at, and I think that they will definitely help you have a better session. The first mobility exercise I want to show you is what I like to call the world's best stretch. Challenge number 1 is getting this little guy out of the way. Come on, Arthur. Thank you, buddy. You want to do some stretching? No? Okay. So it's starting in a plank position. So you want to be super strong in your plank position. You want to make sure your back isn't arched either direction, nice and flat, and that your legs are fully engaged, so you're tensing those quads. Then from here, we want to take one of our feet and step towards our hand. So some people won't be able to make it all the way to their hand, so stepping as close as you can. So in that strong plank position, bringing that foot up to the hand. This back leg stays strong, it's not wobbling around. The lower back is nice and flat, so you can balance a glass of water on there and it wouldn't move if you're in this position, so you're not pushing up or down. And even this, for some people, will feel like it's stretching already. But the mobility exercise I want to show you from here is to take your elbow that's next to your foot, reach towards the ground, making sure this left arm, so the supporting arm, stays nice and straight and strong. We reach down to the ground. Some people won't be able to reach all the way to the ground, but we want to reach towards the ground, touch, and then reach up to the sky. And I'm going to do 5 of these. So we're not opening out, but reaching up towards the sky. So elbows going towards the ground, touching if it can. I lost count. I think that was 5. And then I do both sides. So I step back into that plank position. Other foot comes up towards the hand. Nice and strong here in this arm. Strong through the back leg, flat in the back. Elbow to the ground. And you start to open that hip out more. For climbing, there's so many high steps, especially if you're a shorter climber. I think getting good range in your high steps is essential. Actually, for all climbers. It feels so good. I feel like people should just do this anyway, even if they're not going climbing. That's number 1. I tend to do 5 reps, 5 times on pretty much everything. I feel like it's easiest to understand that way. Okay, mobility exercise number 2 is 90-90. So these are to get your hips ready for being on the wall and also get your thoracic and your spine moving as well. So you want to sit with your legs at 90 degrees for the front leg and the back leg at 90 degrees too. And this is the starting position, and even in this position, some people find this quite uncomfortable. We want to sit with our torso nice and upright, working to get both of our knees down. You might feel some tightness in the back hip or in the front leg, but it's such a good position to be able to relax into. And then the mobility exercises, we lean forwards, put our hand down by our knee. You want to reach down the side of your leg here. So not reaching out towards Arthur, we're reaching down towards the side of our leg. So we're aiming to get our shoulder down towards this knee here. So reaching down like this. And then we pulse forwards towards our front shin, and then we reach back towards our ankle. And as you can see, I've got some room for improvement here. So then I do 5 of these. So it's pulsing those 3 positions. 2. And you're supporting yourself with your hands on these 2 front ones. So with mobility, it's great to do mobility before climbing. And I prefer to do mobility over stretching because it really helps me feel ready to get onto the wall. We want to do both sides. So that's left leg forwards, and next we'll do right leg. To get to the other side, I like to add a little extra mobility spice in here. So you lift the back knee as high as you can with the front knee staying down and roll over, lifting that back knee when you need to. You want to end in that 90-90 position again. And here, so you can sometimes feel some tightness in that back hip. It's really good to work on hip mobility for climbing because we use our hips so much on the wall. So we take our hand down next to this front knee, reaching down the side. So reaching all the way down that thigh if you can. The range of motion will vary for each person, but it's just trying to reach as far as you can, aiming to get that shoulder, left shoulder to the right knee. pulse forwards. Again, you might not be able to get all the way forwards, but working on getting as close as you can. Then I like to add in a few of these hip movements, just rolling backwards and forwards here to try and get a bit more range. Good boy. Can you lie down? Good boy. I've not done anything for you, sorry. We good? I'm just playing with the dog. The third mobility exercise, which is definitely about mobility, but it will for sure warm your shoulders up. And I'm gonna bet that most people who watch this video are not going to warm up this much before climbing usually. But I think that this is a really good secret to having a great session is feeling warm before you get onto the wall. So, number 3, I like to call it head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and that's because it feels like it warms everything from your head to your toes. So we're gonna start again in a plank position that's really solid and strong. So we wanna get into this nice solid plank position here, and then I wanna push back into downward dog from here and find where our feet are nice and comfortable in downward dog. Okay, and once you're in a downward dog position, coming back into that plank position. From here, we're gonna start with our right foot. And when we lift that right foot, we want the back leg to stay engaged. The quad is engaged, your glute is engaged, shoulders are engaged nice and strong through here. Now, we take our knee to our elbow, and then we push that foot back up to the sky, reaching all the way through the leg, not coming over, nice and straight and strong if we can, and then knee to elbow. I'm gonna do 5 of those. And then, once we've done 5 of those, not putting that foot down, knee to nose. So scrunching into this ball here, really making sure that back leg stays strong. You can hear I'm having to try pretty hard already. I'm definitely getting warm. And then knee to opposite elbow once we've done nose 5 times. Then once we've done that, we can go straight into the other side or have a little break if we need. I need a little break right now. I'm hot. But warming up for climbing should be about warming up. And the only way we can tell we're getting warmer is when we feel the warmth. But if we don't start to sweat a little bit, then it's hard to tell if we're actually getting warmer. So I'm probably glowing right now because I'm definitely sweating. Glowing in not a good way. Getting into that downward dog position, coming back to plank, and then knee to elbow, push back to the sky, nice straight back leg. If you can, heel down if you can again. So it's just working through the range that you have and not trying to push too hard to get more range, but working through the range that you have in this stretch or exercise. Knee to nose. So you're trying to get as close to your elbow, your nose, and your knee as you can. If you can't quite make it, that's okay, but working in the range that you have. And I can promise, you'll feel warm after doing this. I'm pretty sure everybody will. These are my all-time favorite mobility exercises, and I think all climbers should give them a try. I really think that they will improve your session and get you feeling ready to have a really productive session on the wall, and you'll feel warm and ready to go, which is always nice. Do play around with the number of reps and the number of sets. You don't need to do 5 reps and 5 sets of everything to begin with. If you are able to do that straight away, you're an absolute monster and you should probably be making these videos. But yeah, if you are just starting out and you want to work into it, just do a couple of reps, a couple of sets and start to play around with the range of motion that you have. I get asked all the time for more mobility stuff and more insights into what I do before I climb and off the wall. So be sure to let me know what you think and if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.